7 strange things that people found underground. Our planet is full of wonders and mysteries. You will often hear about astonishing things that make us take a deeper look at our surroundings. For example, the underground or the lower level of our planet. We presumed that soil, water, rocks, and some materials are being there under the ground, but oftentimes forget that underground or under the soil there can be things that carry our history. The history that can take us too far back. Materials which allow us to know our very own ancient relatives and expose their secrets. In this video, we are going to shape 7 such strange and amazing things that people found from the underground. Number 7. A whale fossil. It was an afternoon of summer in 1978. Eric, who was at school, just came home to his school and planned to go outside in the garden beside the lake in their neighborhood. So he called his friends and went to the garden to play hide and seek. While playing, Eric falls on the ground when his legs got obstructed by a rock-like thing, but it was not a rock, and Eric knew that. He called all his friends and discussed between themselves what to do with that. Then, with the help of other friends, he unearthed the thing with logs used as levers. When they properly took out the whole object, they were not able to sort out what the thing is. But they were pretty much sure that all those parts were very rare, and none of his friends had seen things like that before, not even Eric. It was broken and they took it out piece by piece. Later they called the local police, and police investigated and researchers came to see. Those were the jaw and skull bone of a baleen whale. Those fossils were about 14 to 16 million years old, according to the researchers. All the fossils together weighed about 500 kilograms. Baleen whales are known as prehistoric whales, and they lived in the era of dinosaurs. These species have significant value in human history because, as per the revolution process, they humans are somehow related to the baleen whales. Number 6. Marijuana heaven. Mr. Bill was planning to install a solar system on his property. He was not getting enough time, and finally he got his time on his weekend. He called some of the solar system engineers and decided to install the solar system on the open field beside his house. Then Mr. Bill went for a routine checkup of the underground access vault. There he made a startling discovery. He found bags full of jars and also several units of packets in the vault. He opened them up and voila! All those are filled with marijuana. He got stunned. Even those engineers got stunned. There was so much marijuana that even Snoop Dogg would have gone speechless with his eyes wide open. A total of 400 kilograms of marijuana. I mean, have you ever imagined your backdoor field where you play random outdoor games is holding around 400 kilograms of pure weed? I mean, even if someone told you, you would not have believed. The total price of the weed was about $1.6 million. Yes, buddy, you heard that right. Mr. Bill calls the police immediately and tells them about the whole incident. The Central Police of Florida came and investigated the whole property of the Bill and did basic interrogation. They suspected that some local drug lord might have done that while Bill and his family went out for Spain about a year ago. Number 5. A Viking ship. Yes, you got excited when you saw the name Viking. All credit goes to the TV show where your favorite characters like Ragnar, Egbert, Lagartha, Floki, and many more fighting like lions and beasts. Recently, people have claimed to find Viking weapons like daggers and knives. But this is not the incident I'm going to share with you guys. It is about a whole Viking ship that was found recently by a group of experts. They are archaeologists and they have to look up for different antique objects. But surely those guys did not expect to find a whole ship, I guess. That group of experts found the ship from a cemetery in Norway. According to the local people, the cemetery is pretty much related to the Vikings. The ship was around 80 feet long, and from the size of the structure, experts assumed that it was pretty tall. Experts at first wanted to take out the ship for researching more about it, but science denied. As it was a creation from the long past, there was the risk of the whole thing breaking down or becoming sacks of sand in no time because of the elements in the air. They got sad but also excited about the whole discovery, and local people were also amazed to know about the fact that their ancestors were Vikings or related to the Vikings. Number 4. A Ferrari Dino 246 GTS. A boy with his friends was digging in their yard for playing purposes, and that is when they came across something made of metal. When they called their parents and they dug up the whole yard, they found a whole freaking Ferrari Dino, though the condition was poor because of how it was buried. The people who buried the car forgot to close the door, for which the interior got pretty much damaged. The landlord told the local force about the incident, as he was blank about the identity of the car's real owner. After much consideration and media awareness with very few traces, it was resolved that the car, which had been reported or listed stolen 4 years preceding by its owners, had been secreted there by the thieves. The then current inhabitants had only moved into the property a couple of months earlier, but surprisingly none of the neighbors were informed ever seeing the car being buried. After all these, the car was given back to the insurance company that had embraced the original purchaser's loss, and it was put up for private disposal. Photographer Michael Herring shot the story for the local newspaper. At the time, the press were puzzled and amused that a thief would bury a car, especially in his backyard. Many jokes were passed around at the time. One customer to a car salesman, "Say, I'd like to buy a Ferrari. Got any leads?" Salesman, "Let me get back to you. I'll see what I can dig up." Today, the Ferrari remains unlisted on any Dino registry. Number 3. Baghdad Battery. The Baghdad batteries are known to be some artifacts found in the area of Mesopotamia. When the archaeologists found these pots, they thought of something like antique clay pots for storage. Their thoughts changed when they found out what is stored inside those pots. There was copper and acid corrosion. Whoever does not know what acid corrosion is, it is kind of a liquid that would interact with the copper and produce an electrical charge. Early Mesopotamia was known to be the storehouse of engineering and development. At that time, Mesopotamia was building its empire with culture, technology, construction, and art. As for technology, they tried to invest a lot and never backed down from learning new technologies. These huge batteries can be a part of the success of their investment. As per the historians, they made cylinder seals and stone sculptors at that time. From this, we can get the idea of their advancement. They were the first to work out glass making, water reserving, irrigation, and many other modern-day things. These pots with copper and acid inside can also be a part of their entertainment, as they have a thing for magic and stuff. As for ancient centuries, feeling or watching electric power might have been real fun, we guess. There was some stone release called the Dendera light, representing some sort of electrical arc lights, which would need something like the Baghdad batteries to get activated. Most other people think that this idea is total crap. Many of the people believe all these batteries were used to electroplate all the gold and silver items. A couple of researchers have suggested that maybe rulers used those batteries to give an electric shock to people as punishment, or as showing off their ability to normal peasants. But no one is sure about that. Number 2. An underground theater. When you heard about a cinema hall, what comes to your mind at first? A big mall with lots of gates and people are standing here and there, right? That is what you call a mainstream cinema hall. But here I am introducing you to the cinema which was found deep underground in Paris. Yes, a fully equipped cinema hall with every facility that every other cinema hall provides was there for you. It was found in an undiscovered underground hollow. The French police of Paris City were out for their routine training, and some of the policemen saw a couple of dogs trying to reach out for something and barking on a hole. They suspected something about the hole and asked their trainer to investigate. Then the whole team went there, and after investigating for a couple of minutes, they confirmed that it was not any ordinary cave. They suspected something dangerous can be waiting down under the cave. That is why they asked the protocol squad and the bomb defusing squad before entering the cave. They got stunned. There were no bombs or anything dangerous whatsoever. The whole 400 square meter cave had been transformed into an amphitheater with amenities like projector equipment, cinema screen, some pages of scripts, and also a variety of films. Another door was there that led the policemen to an informal restaurant. They tried to reach for the network connection, but all the wires were cut off. They found a paper with writing says, "Don't try to find us." Number 1. The 1,000 years old man. In 2014, Steve Otteson, a landlord who is fond of landscaping, went out to do his favorite thing with a couple of his friends and coworkers at the California, US. He went to his favorite spot and did all the arrangements for perfect landscaping. The weather also looks pretty much supportive of the work. Then he found out that it looked some sort of skeleton made out of a rock. He recognized the thing. It was human bones. He got shocked as he was not expecting human bones in a place like that. He later called the archaeologists and experts on such things. It was found out that those bones belonged to a man who was a Native American and lived approximately 1,000 years ago on the land. Various research experts found out that the Native American can be relatives of a Red Indian, and his corpse was buried very sensitively. The researchers also assumed that the land was being used for landscaping was the land of Red Indians and had significant historical value. Therefore, they marked the whole property as a government-restricted zone, and Steve Otteson got a good price for not letting the bones get out of the hand of the Central Department. As we have said earlier, our Mother Earth is full of surprises. As time goes by, as civilization gets faded away by another civilization, history starts to begin. People go by, they do leave their mark. History keeps people within its pages, and sometimes your neighbor drug lord can also give a mini heart attack with the kinds of stuff he deals with. But strange things are not only found underground. Sometimes lakes and rivers can give you quite a shock too. As scary moments caught on camera in lakes and rivers. Click here to see the full video.